All right. How are my BEM experts doing? We are in another episode of Brands Experts Podcast. We have an incredible guest here. He runs a company and he is out of the country of Pakistan, right? Pakistan. There's a lot of different technology and a lot of big stuff going out of the country of Pakistan. But Brands Experts Podcast is a podcast where we show you how experts use tech to build and market successful brands, right? And so this expert is going to show you exactly how he's doing that in the VA space. So it's a really great opportunity to get to know somebody that runs a whole company in the VA space. So we have Imran here, and he's going to introduce himself and his company and let you guys know exactly what he does.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. James, for inviting me to your podcast. It's a great pleasure for me. My name is Imran, the founder and CEO of Brilgen. Basically, I started working as an administrative virtual assistant 3 years ago on Fiverr in 2021. Now I'm running a team of over 20 members, and I also have a registered uh, company here in Pakistan. We are running a physical office and offering a wide range of services in different fields. So I would love to discuss about my services as well.
Okay.
As an VA, yeah, I when I started working as an administrative virtual assistant, so basically there are different levels of virtual assistant. First of all, this is not the first time people are hiring an assistant. Like this is not something very new. Uh, uh, in every area of life, people they try to have an assistant whenever they have some busy schedules or something like that. So they uh, prefer to have an assistant. But now, in this modern era, people are moving to a digital world, so they try to have a virtual assistant, and that's why the concept of an assistant is not new, but uh, the things have been changed to a virtual assistant. So the things are going in a virtually. So in terms of different levels of virtual assistant, so you can say there are different levels from administrative virtual assistant, or personal assistant, or an executive assistant. And if you keep on moving, and if you want to add some other services as well, like us, you can also provide some different services like customer support, social media management, and you can also add a few other things like project management, finance management, and events planning. So there are different levels, but on a start, people usually start with some basic things as a virtual assistant, like administration. In administration, you can say
Mhm.
this comes as email management,
Mhm.
calendar management, and having some research, or maybe travel management,
Right.
something like that. But if you keep on moving and
Mhm.
add it to more level, uh, the things come that is as an executive assistant. Executive assistant is something very at a large level
Mhm.
in the VA industry, because an executive assistant usually works with the uh, high designation people of the company, like the CEO or the president. So he works with he's the right hand of the CEO of a company, and manages the very confidential information outreaching to the clients on behalf of the CEO, or some the very confidential tasks of the CEO. So an executive assistant is a bigger approach. So I'm currently working as an executive assistant with many companies, and offering a wide range of different services as well. In our services, currently we are offering social media management, email management, lead generation, web research, graphic design, web development, and video editing, and a few more services as well, like customer support and other services as well.
Wow. I mean, you really kind of gave us an excellent introduction into the VA world to kind of because, even me personally from running digital marketing agency, that is something that, I need to learn more about exactly kind of the space that a VA needs to be in And that's something that I know is really important because a lot of times a company will hire you as a digital marketing agency and they say, okay, we need some virtual assistants, but they don't really know exactly what they need. But you breaking down the levels of a virtual assistant to kind of know if you're training someone to be a virtual assistant for your company, what areas they need to be trained at for the level they're at, and what kind of makes sense. And those kind of things are very important. So we really, are very appreciative that you broke down every area of a virtual assistant so we can kind of understand exactly how it works and the expertise for each level.
Sure, thank you. So basically, as an administrative virtual assistant, as I said earlier, there are few basic things. For example, there are a lot of people on Fiverr. There are about more than 30,000 people offering virtual assistant services. But if you view their gigs and view their profiles, they are offering some basic services that comes under the category of administrative virtual assistant. Some might be saying it with a different role, but this is basically an administrative virtual assistant. In administrative virtual assistant, it comes as calendar management. In calendar management, you can like schedule meetings with the clients. You can organize the events. You can set reminders and the daily tasks for entrepreneurs or at a personal level as well. So this is something like calendar management. Uh, it also includes email management. In email management, you can say writing emails or uh, usually to an administrative assistant, templates are provided. So an executive assistant can write the emails himself or herself, but an administrative virtual assistant usually they are provided with some email templates. So frequently used email templates can be provided to them. But in terms of high level, sometimes you also need to write emails to yourself.
Mhm.
So it comes with emails writing, replying, organizing the email inbox, uh, cleaning it up, and informing your team lead or maybe the respective person about the important emails, and marking which emails are important, which can be ignored, and which should be referred to someone. So this is comes under the category of email management. There comes one more thing like web research. Web research is you may be provided with some topics or maybe some persons. You may need to find their contact information. This is also comes under lead generation. But uh, this is lead you can use some tools under in lead generation. So that's why web research is a little different thing from lead generation, because you are specifically looking on Google by scrolling down into different websites. So you may be provided with some topics, and maybe you need to do some market analysis in web research. So this comes in web research. Travel management also is included in you can say administrative virtual assistant. Travel management, or you need to book some flights or maybe prepare itinerary documents for the your clients. So it comes under the administrative virtual assistant. Personal assistant is basically it is very similar to administrative assistant, but in personal assistance you are basically managing the personal tasks of a person or maybe an entrepreneur. Those are not the business tasks. Yeah. So emails, maybe if you are having emails, because there are different type of emails. So in personal assistance you will be managing some personal emails. You may be having some queries or something like that, but in so those are not business emails. If you are managing calendar, that would be a personal calendar, like your daily routine, what you need to do at what time. So this is something really the tasks are similar to administrative assistance, but uh, the level is different. That is not uh, for a business level. So the third thing comes as an executive assistant. So this is an higher approach in terms of in the VA industry. An executive assistant works very closely to the higher designation people of a company, like the CEO, sometimes the chairman or the president. There are different roles. So he usually manages the confidential information like the contacts. I have been working with many companies managing their contacts, outreaching to the clients, having meetings with their clients as well, and preparing for the events. Maybe you also need to coordinate with other team members of that company to organize different things, because you are very much similar. You're similarly doing the same task as the CEO does, but your level is a different thing. So you are basically assisting the CEO in his company's task. A CEO will be doing the task at a large level. So you are his right hand. So you need to have a bigger approach as an executive assistant.
For sure, for sure. I'm glad that you laid it out there because, like I said, it can feel a little,
Yeah, one more thing,
complex.
if
Yeah,
if an executive assistant wants to add more things, that would be like some of those things. For example, customer support also comes in VA industry, but the work like graphic design and video editing is not specifically related to VA industry. A VA can have some basic knowledge of graphic design and video editing, like you may design some basic templates on Canva. You may be using video editing, some basic tools for video editing like CapCut. But at a professional level, if you want to add these services at a professional level, that would be like a plus point. And similarly, we are having this plus point, like in our company we are providing a wide range of services at a single point. So for example, if a company reaches out to us and they don't need to hire multiple people for different tasks, we are providing all the services by just communicating with the one person. So if someone wants to reach at a bigger level, they can add more services. So definitely they need to build a team for this, but you can add more services as well.
for sure, for sure. If
Mhm.
somebody wants to
Yeah.
get involved in the virtual assistant industry, how are the ways that they would go about, getting a role as a virtual assistant? Because some people might be watching this and say they want to be a virtual assistant. They aspire to, do that as a career. So what are some trainings that would, help? Are there any virtual assistant trainings that,
Yeah.
that you would recommend a virtual assistant kind of get to start getting involved in the industry?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I'm also an engineer. I decided to quit my engineering field, and I'm taking this field as my career field. So there were a lot of reasons behind that. This is definitely not something very small. V industry is a very big thing. So I would give you an example. Then I will also let you know like how to learn for as a virtual assistant.
Okay,
So basically, if you're offering services related to graphic design, video editing, or web development, there might be some industries or there might be some people who don't need graphic designs. They are not on social media or maybe something like that. They don't need graphic design, they don't need video editing, they don't like, not all of them, but there might be some industries they don't need web development. Okay. But a virtual assistant can work with any type of people. Like if there's a person who wants they can work on a personal level and a business level as well. So if he can work with any type of entrepreneur, whether he's from real estate industry, from medical industry, from any type of industry, a virtual assistant is always required by all of the entrepreneurs, and to some extent to the personal people as well. So like if they have some busy schedules, so they definitely need a virtual assistant. So this is not related to a to a particular industry, but you can say you can cover up all the industries. So if people are reaching out, they are from real estate industry, they are from medical industries, you can help all of them by offering your services. So in terms of how to learn yours as a virtual assistant, basically I started as an administrative virtual assistant. So I started with some basic services like data entry, data scraping, web research, and some lead generation. So you can take start with some basic services. So now there is no I don't know any specific course that can uh, teach you all the services in a single course. I think there should be, but I couldn't find any particular course that teaches you all these services. So the services that I have mentioned, like social media management, lead generation, email management, and calendar management, so you need to learn one these services one by one. Like there will be a lot of videos on YouTube that can teach you the calendar management, that can teach you social media management, email management. So they can teach you a lot of different things. But if you need something like collectively, I don't think there is a course that can teach you all these things collectively. So as a virtual assistant, you just need to Google it, like what roles a virtual assistant plays. I have also explained a lot of different roles, so you need to note these down.
Mhm.
Set your goals, like you need to learn these services, and then simply you need to learn them one by one. You may start with some services and then keep on adding more services. So this way you can be a professional virtual assistant.
Okay, that's good that you laid it out there clean, kind of going through your experience as in the VA industry from going to, because a lot of people, when it comes to engineering, they love it because, people have been doing engineering for hundreds of years. But virtual assistance is something that's relatively new over the last 50 years, has really gained a lot of traction. But over the next 10 years, is going to be one of the biggest industries globally because of influencers, because of YouTubers, because of so much stuff going on digitally, and they don't have the time to actually, because there's so much, of their time that's being focused on building their social platforms, they're not able to answer the emails. They're not able to check on their comments. They're not able to do all those valuable things that they need to do. And the
Of
fact that,
course.
yeah, you went into a industry and you just started learning and growing that way. We just want to, applaud you for doing that because it takes a lot of bravery. Maybe people in your family, people say, "Oh, stick with engineering. This is a very safe area." But
Exactly.
now you have 20 people that work for you that depend on you, and that's a big accomplishment to do. And we see from your portfolio, now that we're on the topic of you, I was wondering when we would get on that topic. I wanted to go over that. You have clients in the US, a lot in the United States, Canada, Germany, more Canada, France, Singapore, more United States, Germany, United States again, whole bunch of United States, Hong Kong, United States, United Kingdom, a lot of stuff in the United Kingdom, Israel, South Africa, Australia, more United Kingdom. So you're really building a global brand with, your personal brand. It's a really big thing to do when, we think about a lot of successful companies like a Tesla with Elon Musk, like a Amazon with Jeff Bezos, like a acquisition.com with Alex Hermosi. Building a great personal brand is an incredible thing to do, but the fact you're building a global brand with clients around the world, we want to commend you for doing that because that is a great thing to do to have a global presence and just staying persistent with building a global brand. Like, how does it feel to actually be building a global brand and be helping so many clients around the world?
Yes, so basically, I have worked with people from more than 20 countries. Most of my clients are from the United States, so I have worked with more than 200 businesses from the United States. So I currently I have completed like about 1,000 projects from different countries. So as a virtual assistant, so as I said earlier, I started with a few services like I started as an administrative virtual assistant. So I added a few services to my profile. I kept on growing. They kept on growing. So I kept on learning new things as well. So this is what I would also suggest the audience, that you just need to take a start with something. And then you keep on learning, you keep on growing, I learned a lot of things
Hmm.
from my working with the company. So I learned a lot of things
Right.
with my experience. So
Hmm.
those were not something that I learned from some courses. So
Right.
you grow while you work. Okay. So as a virtual assistant, I'm currently offering a lot of different services as well. So you just need to take a start with for now.
Okay, no, that's good that you're saying just get started. I mean, and you know your numbers. It's like that is great that you know your numbers, over 200 clients in the US, like I say, 40 countries, just incredible that you know your numbers. Something big we wanted to hit on, because I know this is a question a lot of people that want to get into the VA space want to know, and that is how would they reach out to companies that are looking to hire a virtual assistant, or if they want to know if they do want to hire a virtual assistant, should they just reach out to emails, go straight for direct messages? Should they look to kind of have an offer that they can look to help them? Like, what are the ways that you think would be a great way to start a relationship as a virtual assistant looking for, to get clients?
Okay, so this is really a great thing, and because someone, if someone decide to work as a virtual assistant, they face problems like how they are going to get the clients. So basically, there's one step that you need to cover is that you need to learn the things from yourself. Like you should learn what a assistant does. So you have your skills ready. Now the second thing is how to reach out to the clients. So the main problem that most of the VS get. So there are different things for now. The first thing, like you should start with some freelancing platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, People per Hour, and a lot of different things, because there are more freelancing platforms as well. They are already built up. People come on these platforms, and you can just get started from there. But I would say that is not something really authentic, because you may get blocked, or you also need to pay some fees, and there are a lot of different competitors on, like I said, in the field of virtual assistant. There are more than 30,000 people currently working as a virtual assistant. So you need to take start with some freelancing platforms. So because there's a lot of audience already there, because people are already coming over there. So the second thing, once you gain some experience, once you have your portfolio built up, you take some projects, you should start moving on social media. You should be very active on all social media platforms. Like LinkedIn is a great platform to start with. You should keep on posting your projects, your accomplishments, and you should engage with the audience on LinkedIn. And then once you have your social media built up, like you have already posted some projects, you have shown what you are actually working on, your skills and everything, I think you should give some time to your social media. Do not reach out without building your social media profiles first, because that would be just a waste of time. You need to build up your social media profiles maybe for 1 month or 2 months after completing some projects. Like if you even if you are not getting projects from Fiverr or something from other freelancing platforms, you can personally work on some projects. Like for example, if someone designs some basic graphic design templates, they can post them on social media like, hey, I built this template, and like they can come post it as their accomplishment. So that would be one thing. You can also post some tips and tricks about some services like calendar management or something like that. That would give you some reach and some audience. So once you have built up your social media profiles, you should start outreaching to the clients. Once you're outreaching, they will definitely look onto your profiles, like what these people is doing. There should be some credibility in your work. You should then outreach to the clients via social media like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and some other platforms. Like you can also reach out to the clients via email. But to reach out via email and your social media, you need to build up your social media profiles first, because no one is going to believe on you, like you know this work, without seeing your past work, or without seeing like what accomplished you have made. Once you have some accomplishment, like me, I have been working as on Fiverr for the last years. Now I have a large portfolio. I have a lot of different things. I have experience with the companies that I can share with my clients. So I'm building my website. I'm building my social media profile. So I decided to move as a company other than freelancing platforms as well. So now once I will reach out to my clients, I'm reaching out actually. So once I reach out to the clients, I show them my portfolio. Hey, this is my portfolio. I have worked with these companies. I have worked with these brands. So you have some work to show them. So definitely they are going to get attracted. So but you need to wait for that moment. Even if you are going to take start with that step, you need to put some extra effort. Like for example, if I already have a lot of projects completed, if I outreach to the clients, I don't need to work very hard. Like I will simply search for the clients and then send them a message. But if you are going to take start with from the beginning, like you are a very new person, you need to be very engaged with your clients. You need to put some extra efforts. So there are different approaches on that as well. For example, you need to build a list of the clients, like lists of the people, like or maybe entrepreneurs who can be your clients. You need to see what they are posting, and what are the things that they are working on, and you need to get engaged with them for some time, maybe for 1 month. Like you can post comments on their post, like you can appreciate them or something like that. They will see like who is this person, like what maybe they can also send you a direct message. But if not, you need to learn what is their brand, what services are they offering, or what are they working on. So you need to learn that first and then outreach to them. Like, I can assist you with this particular thing. If you are simply outreaching like, hey, I'm offering these services, if you need assistance, just let me know. I think that would be just a waste of time. You need to learn their brand first, like what are they
Right.
offering, where you can fit in their brand, how you can assist in them. So maybe even if you generally outreach to the client, you may be sending messages to the 1000 people. I think you will not get more than two to three clients. But with this approach, even if you are approaching to the 50 clients, I think you will get 5 to 10, or even more than 10 clients from that approach, because you are spending some time with them. You are learning what are they offering, where you can assist them. So definitely this would make an impact on them, how these people get to know us. And you're already saying like, hey man, you are busy with this person, with this thing, I can definitely assist you with this thing, so that you can focus on important stuff for your business. So you need to use this approach instead. Generally just like after learning a course, just outreach to the people, 1000, sending DMs to the 1000 people like, I'm offering this service. I don't think uh, people are going to trust you, because they don't know if you're really offering this service.
Okay. So, you need to really do something to build trust. And that's really
Yes.
good that you said that, like, it may take a month or two building social media because, when you're reaching out, however that may be, when someone goes to your page or when they're looking at what you're doing, if they don't see any content, if they don't, see any work that you've been doing, even, free work for your friends or family that have businesses, that you could step in. If somebody has a business, you could say, hey, let me do your emails for you for a week to show, I want to help you. And if
Of
you
course.
do that, yeah, now you show some work. Now you can, take some screenshots after things are done for the day. And now you have work with this company. Even if it's somebody that doesn't have a company, even if it's, they're cutting hair or, serving food out their house, but you could take care of their emails. You can take care of some of their social
Exactly.
media posting. That is something. So, what you said is very true. Like, come in with some work you've done. We call it building the house. That's my main thing. It's like if somebody shows you a house that's not built, you're probably not gonna want to rent it or hotel or anything. But if the house is built, you see, okay, you go in there, it's 2 bedroom, 2 baths, nice kitchen. Now, if they say, hey, renting this for a month, no matter the price, you may be interested because it's built. So like you said, like you were saying, build a version of your house, create some media, do something before you ask for something, which is
Exactly.
good.
Yeah, but on freelance, if you like want to put some less efforts, then freelancing platforms is the best option for you, because people on social media, you are outreaching to the people, like you are saying, I would assist you with this thing. But on freelancing platforms, the clients, they do have some work, and they are looking for someone. So like you already have covered one step on freelancing platforms, like they already have work for you. So now you need to convince them why they should hire you. So there can be different things, but it is a little bit easier than having clients on social media, because on social media you need to build trust, but on or freelancing platforms, clients will always reach out to you, like they already have some work. So now to excel on freelancing platforms, you need to make a difference from other people. For example, like if I'm offering services as a virtual assistant, and a new person comes as a virtual assistant, so they need to have some difference between me and them. So they need to build their profiles exceptionally. They should they should post videos, because if people, as I said earlier, 30,000 people are working as a virtual assistant, so I think there will be a very few people who have posted their video by face. Okay,
Right.
so you need to make a difference. Like if there are 30,000 people, analyze them, what they are offering, how they write their descriptions, how they have given their pricing plans. So you need to if you need to cross them, you definitely need to work more than them. Like then you need to have a improved description, improved thumbnails, improved videos, and pricing plan. So because you are already crossing some a list of people, so in this way you can also excel on freelancing platforms.
For sure. Now, something that we love to get into because is, I say something that I've always been into since I've been young is tech, right? Tech is huge. It's a huge thing, and we know that, of course, we talk virtual, so we know that using technology is a big thing for brands and experts like yourself. So when you're in the tech, excuse me, in the VA space, what tech are you using to help the process and help these brands that you're working with help the process run a lot smoother? Are there messaging platforms that you're using? Are there other technologies like Canva, for example? Like, what technologies are you using that you feel really work best for you guys when working with these companies?
Okay, sure. So, in terms of tools or the technology, basically, for communication, mostly on at an organizational level, Slack is being used. So you need to have some idea about Slack. I'm already communicating with my clients, with many companies on Slack. I and with in my company, we also have our communication on Slack, like our internal communication is also on Slack, because it's a really great tool to have communication.
Right.
So Slack is one thing. So in terms of project management, because there can be a lot of tasks on your end or maybe on the client's end, so you should know the project management tools like Monday.com is one thing, Asana, ClickUp, and there are some other tools as well that helps you in project management. Trello is another tool for project management. In terms of email management, basically, usually Gmail is being used, but you also need to have some idea about Outlook and some other tools to manage your emails, because not all of the clients are on Gmail. There is some might be on Outlook, some maybe on Yahoo, or some other email platforms as well. And you should also know some email marketing tools like Mailchimp, Active Campaigns. Apollo is also one of the tools for email marketing. You can build up email sequences on Apollo. So for lead generation, there are also some tools. Apollo is also a lead generation tool. There are some websites as well, like Yelp and Yellow Pages, and some other there are some other tools for lead generation. In terms of customer support, first of all, you should be very good at using the social media platforms, because mostly customer support is being provided using social media platforms like on Facebook. Your client may have a Facebook page, and you should know how to run a Facebook page, and how you can communicate with your customers on Facebook Messenger. There are some tools as well for customer support like Ring Central, and there are some other tools like I'm not sure about their names, but I have a list of them. And then in terms of cold calling, I forget to discuss about this. Cold calling is also one of the things that can be offered from the VA industry.
Right.
Cold You need to, as you are not from the local country of the client, so you need to use some tools to call the people. You can use Google Voice, but Google Voice is also available for only the people in the United States. So for to purchase Google Voice, you need to have a business domain. But if not Google Voice, there are some other tools that can be used for cold calling, Text Now, and some other tools as well that you can use for cold calling.
Okay. No, that's good that
Yeah.
you put out so much different, pieces of tech that people, pieces of tech and also platforms, software that people can use, download, learn how to use that can, help these processes run smoother. Because what we have to understand is tech is what unites the world. In 2024, you know, tech is what unites the world. Tech is what is going to solve the world's problems. So if you're behind on tech, you're behind on a lot of things. So like right now, I'm in Los Angeles area, Southern California, and Imran is in Pakistan. Well, we're talking, we're having a conversation, we're getting to know each other through this technology, through the Zoom technology, right? We're utilizing this Zoom technology to be able to have these conversations, to be able to see each other. Like if I wave, yeah, he's going to be able to see me. He's going to see my hand just like I was in person, right? No matter what I do, he can see me through this camera, through this Zoom technology. So it's incredible technology. Learn about the technologies he was telling you about, because the better you know technology, the more experience you would have with them. It will just lead to you being a better virtual assistant and building a better team
Yes, of course.
for sure. So now, when we talk about virtual assistants, something that I was, wondering was, when it comes to getting yourself out there, right, doing podcasts, doing interviews, doing short form content like the TikToks, like Instagram, like Facebook and Instagram Reels, like YouTube Shorts, should you be if you are virtual assistants, because sometimes virtual assistants are faceless because maybe they just communicate all through emails and direct messages and things like that, but should they look to get their face more known as that expert in that field, like as much as possible?
Yes, of course, they should be, because you need to make a difference. And if you are coming up by face and you're discussing anything, that would make a difference. Like people will get more attracted to you. Other If you are only just putting your audio, like if I should have joined you on an audio call, and we are going to discuss everything on an article, I think that is not going to make a difference, and no one is going to listen to that. So you should come up with a video on Fiverr as well, on other freelancing platforms. People don't put their videos on thumbnails, or like they are not confident to post them. They should post, because that makes a difference. You are crossing a line of hundreds of people by posting a video. So you should come up with on social media as well. You may discuss about why you should hire me, why like you can discuss about some tips and tricks. So you should always be active on social media, and having but your face on social media, that is a really great thing.
That is, I was kind of on the fence about that as time went on, because, having a personal Facebook and just kind of being, here and there with family and doing some basic things. But as I kept reading and learning about business and, getting into books and things like that, let me grab this real quick. Oh, almost. Yeah, so this is a good book. It's called Communication. It's a book called Communication Essentials, and that's one of the main things in today's world when we talk about communication. What people are going to do is people are going to use the search engines to figure out if you have been communicating. So they're going to type your name or your business or both or your brand into the search engines, and they're going to try to see how you've been communicating. So see if you've been speaking to people like through a podcast, to see if there's any short form content of you speaking about something you know, to see how you are communicating what you're doing, because now that personal brands are becoming so big, like if they can find a lot of content with you, people are going to use that. And I'm glad that we're on the same page with that, that people need to make content. Like, don't be afraid, get it out there, help people get it going because it will help you. Like this video is going to live forever. So in 2 months, in 5 years, and wherever the time is, when somebody says, well, can we see some early video podcasts of you can bring up this video and let's say there's 20 sub videos and 100 short clips, and they're like, wow, he was doing this in 2024. It could be 2028, but they're looking at what you were doing in 2024, looking at that foundation of content that you were building as a CEO of your brand, as the expert, already positioning yourself as very knowledgeable with the brand, as already having a team, so that would make companies feel more comfortable, like we might as well bring him in to run this side of things or to handle all our VA projects because he has already been positioned himself as an expert.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because you once you're going to be mostly active on social media, you're definitely going to make a mark in the world.
For sure. For sure. No, I
Yes.
mean, that's big. What do you think about, because and this is kind of, people are on two sides of this, and some people are in the center saying you should do both. There's some people that are saying you should go wide with kind of, if you're a VA, say, hey, I can help any industry. And some people say, hey, you should niche down, only look to work with dentists, only look to work with car shops, whatever that niche may be. But from your perspective, what is the better approach? Is it niching down? Is it being broad? Or is it doing both? Whichever one works for you to get the ball rolling.
As I said earlier, in terms of virtual assistant services, I don't think these are specifically related to a specific industry because uh, industry is not relevant to you. You are offering services like lead generation. You can do lead generation for any industry. You can do for real estate. You can do for medical. You can for dentists or any industry. You can do lead generation. You can manage their calendars for any type of person because whether he's from any industry, you can easily manage their calendar. You can definitely manage their social media platforms from for the any type of business. So I don't think this is a something related to a specific industry because you can target a large range of services, and this is why a virtual assistant makes a different from other services that are particularly related to some specific industries.
For sure, no, and that's good that you say that, because sometimes I think when people really kind of want to focus on always telling people to stay with a niche, I start to think that, well, maybe they're saying that because they want to kind of help people get discouraged. Because sometimes, let's say you're only working with dentists, there might only be a couple hundred dentists in 100 miles from you. So once you only completed 4 projects, and then that's all you've done, or you might not get any projects in that industry, you might feel sad. But if you're just saying you can help people, well, you can help people in your family, you can help your friend group, you can help people at your school, your kid's school. Long as I look at it, like as long as you're able to help people in whatever it is that you do, and it makes sense, then you're on the right
Exactly.
track. Yeah, you're on the right track for
Exactly.
sure. So when it comes to building a VA company, um, what are some things that, if somebody is looking to do that, that they should, focus on in getting that started and building a good team as well?
All right, all right. So basically, as I said, if you are going to start on freelancing platforms, you don't need to have much portfolio, or you don't need to work really hard for freelancing platforms. You just need to learn some skills and just analyze how you can make a difference from other people, and then start working on freelancing platforms. Because on freelancing platforms, people, they like you can say, they have some work in their hands, and they're looking for someone to give it to them. So but on social media platforms, if you are going to take it as a company, like, you should do some really good work. Because as I said earlier, in on social media platforms, you need to show them some work before they can be convinced to hire you. So for building a company and building a team, you need to have an asset with the clients. For example, when I decided to work as a company, I had a lot of clients who are working with me on a permanent role. I have collaborations with many companies, and I have more than 70% of their administration work. Like, I have a collaboration with them. So once you see you have some assets built up, and you need then you can add some more team members, and then start moving as a company, start building your social media profile, start building your website, and then have your because you have something to show to your new clients. So when you are expanding, you should have something uh, to show before you start expanding. So that's why having a company and having a team is not really tough, but you need to wait for it, so that you don't your company doesn't collapse. Because there's no problem in starting a company and building a team, but you should have something that can run your company, that can run your team. So you should work on that first.
That is great. The way you broke that down is great because, a lot of people, I'm going to start, like, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to start this company. Great. But like now that you have people working for you and working inside the company, they can see the work you've done and you're kind of, frame that and package that. So now they, working with you based off of the work you've done previously, which is incredible because just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you're, good at building a team. But the better projects that you've done show that you can work under pressure, that you communicated, like you have all these skills and resources. Because the way I look at it, a lot of times, what can happen to a lot of people, they get stuck in the barely making it category. Like, oh, I'm a freelance, I make logos, but they're stuck making, you know, having one project going a month because they haven't challenged themselves to say, I'm going to get a big client this month, or I'm going to do, if you're doing podcasts, I'm going to do 20 interviews this month. Like really haven't pushed themselves so their results don't look that good. Like you should be able to look back. Like when I look at your page, I can see review after review after review after client after project over and over. And once it starts to stack up and create a vertical, that's a big layer of trust because a lot of times if we're talking to through messages, you can just say, like, if you're doing a project, you can just say, well, just go look at my reviews, if you get a chance, like I'm working on something. And once I see
Exactly.
the amount, like even with me, like the amount of companies that I've worked with, even as a buyer, you could say, wow, okay, like he's actually here investing in freelancers. He's not just here, like he pops in, pops out. If you're like, oh, he's very active, very supportive, and the feedback is good, it creates a mindset to say, well, things may be good if I work with him.
Exactly. Yeah. So for example, I have now I'm when I decided to move like build up my website. So I had 1,000 projects to show on my website. Like, I have worked with these businesses, and I have this number of projects already. But once you are going to start like from very beginning, I first of all, that would be very costly for you. You don't have a revenue that can help you building up your website and running your social media campaigns and running your team. So you should build some revenue first, and then start moving as a team, or as an agency, or as a company. Because you cannot say on your website that you have worked with one project, or you have completed two projects. So you should have some work that can convert the people to be your clients. So that's why. And you also need to earn some revenue before moving these type of things.
For sure. No, I mean, the way you break it down, the way you understand the business is very good. Just naturally, like I just told you, these questions aren't like I'm not reading from a prompt. I'm still holding the book, but there's nothing in here. So it's just kind of asking you questions about the industry. You're very knowledgeable about the industry. It's something that we could tell that you're passionate about. This is something that you love. This is something that you care about. You care about the businesses and companies and people that you work with. You care about the relationships that you build. You care about the people that work for you, care about building a global brand. That is something that people need to realize the importance of that, of sticking by your brand. Because I've, talked to different companies about doing interviews and freelancers and experts about doing that. Sometimes, you could see that at that point, that's where the confidence can get, cold feet. They can get afraid. But, with Imran, with how confident he is, we want to tell you, like, look at what he's doing, take some notes, reach out to him. Whatever you can do to learn, because as he grows and gets to, different levels, team builds, brand builds, it may be harder to get in contact with him. It may be harder to build a relationship. So take advantage of these things now, because if you can be confident like that, like, I'm thinking about different projects that I, want to do with him and his brand. And doing this interview made me so much, even I was already confident, but it took it to another level because how he understands the business and the industry and his brand. It took my confidence for what he can do and what he will do to another level. So I just want to thank him for really doing something that he loves to do and sticking with the brand the way he is and showing what can happen when you stick with something that you love.
Yeah, sure. But thank you so much. And one thing that I would say at the end is that you just need to get started with something. Even if you have some skills related to data entry, you can just take start. Then keep on adding more services related to VR industry, or maybe you can also add some other services: graphic design, web development, digital marketing, and video editing, and you can keep on adding more services. But you just need to get started with something and then keep on working and keep on growing.
For sure. We know you have some things to do. Like I say, we want to respect your time and the things you have to do and want to get you that. But it's very important for us to let people know where to find you, because that's super important, because someone's going to be watching this and they're going to, obviously I'm going to put in the show notes and things like that. But if they want to hear it from you, to say where to find you on Fiverr, where to find you on the different freelancer places, where to find you on the social platforms, where to find your company, let them know everywhere they can find you.
So basically, you can easily find me on Google. Just write down brilzen.com. It's BRILZEN.com. So you can find me on my website. You can find me on social media platforms, because we have social media platforms for our company, for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So it's just Brilzen official on all the social media handles. If you also want me to look on Fiverr, you can just simply search with Imran Raza Rao. So I can just show you on screen with my username, so you can simply reach out to me on Fiverr. But definitely you can find me on social media. That I think that would be a good way to reach out to me if you want me to reach, because I will be available on my company's page. And definitely.
For sure. We'd like to thank you for that. Just getting into, what you're doing, your expertise. That's why this platform was created, right? Because there's experts that have built brands or just personal brand experts, and they're helping brands do incredible things, and nobody knows what they're doing. And things like this are helping them break out of their shell. They're finally having that, video piece that they could send out and show things like that. And your help doing this video is going to help so many young people, so many, even older people that are afraid. They're going to look at you and say, I can do it. I believe. And you just being brave enough to do that, to be an expert that really believes in what you're doing. I'm really honored to have you. We look forward to having you back to just learn with you, grow together, and continue to build. So we just want to thank you for coming on, being an expert in the VA industry, building an incredible brand that you've built, and continue to do incredible things, my friend.
Really a pleasure for me to speak about the beer industry, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
For sure. Looking forward to working with you as well on multiple projects. That's what we will be doing.
Sure, thank you.
All right.